Ho 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 and a Merry Christmas. Welcome to Boomer Base. Today we're here for day 20 of the 25 days of Christmas movie reviews. I hope everyone is having a lovely December, and if you stumbled across this after Christmas, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. So today we're here to talk about the 2006 Christmas film Deck the Halls. I hesitated there because not a lot of people like this film and it's not done amazingly well. I haven't watched this film since I think it came out. I think I watched it once and that's it. So I had always assumed it was kind of just like a crummy film from just memory, and I thought, what the heck, it's the Christmas time, I'll give it a go. So let's get into 2006 Deck the Halls. Let's get cracking. But before we get to the real content, if you end up liking what you see and want to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified anytime I upload. So, Deck the Halls, it's about Danny DeVito's character and Matthew Broderick as rival neighbours who want to put on the best Christmas lights display. They get into a sort of a fight. Buddy is a bit of a screw up, to put it lightly, and that's Danny DeVito's character, Buddy, and then Matthew Broderick is Steve. But Buddy's a bit of a screw up. He's going from town to town, wants to do something more with his life, and he just can't accept where he is, and he does things in a ill-mannered way. Steve, played by Matthew Broderick, is, an uppity type, likes the rules. His way is his way, doesn't want that changing, and Buddy comes and basically just disrupts that, and it becomes a quite odd, quirky film, so to speak. Now, Danny DeVito, he's a well-loved actor, and I don't think I have only seen... I've not watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I have seen him in Matilda, Batman Returns, Haunted Mansion, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for his live-action roles, and I think that might be it. I don't really know. I've never particularly disliked him at all, so it was nice to see him on the screen, just watch him in another role. Matthew Broderick is an actor that I do enjoy quite a lot. I saw him in War Games when I was younger as a kid. I think that was my first iteration of him, War Games. Then I saw Godzilla, loved it. Then I saw Inspector Gadget 1 and 2, despite what people like and dislike. So I enjoyed those, and then he was in The Lion King as Simba, so I never really knew that till actually last night when I was researching it. So that was very weird to see. And then I watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off not too long ago, and as that was probably one of his famous films that I'd never seen, and I enjoyed that. I think the only other really famous film I've got to watch him in is either The Cable Guy or Glory, from having a look at it. But no, he's a great actor, and according to what I found out, I think pretty much everyone hated filming this film. Matthew Broderick thought he would reach rock bottom. Danny DeVito didn't want to film scenes with anyone, and just everyone was just not having a good time for trying to be like an uppity Christmas film. So I can understand why it's not overly loved. Some of the humour and things is a bit, tense and things, and some of the storyline is a bit off. It does have some other big actors and actresses in it. There's Kristen Davis and Kristen Chenoweth, and then it had randomly, who was it? It was crumbs. What was his name? Corey Monteith. I have never known how to pronounce his surname. I didn't even realise he was in it. I didn't even really catch him in it, but it was cool to see that. It had a very young Nicola Peltz in it as well, and it had Suchin Pak. She played herself in it, which was quite cool. And then George Garcia, who plays Wallace. He's from Lost, as the big chubby guy. So that was really, really cool. So quite a cool cast and things overall. And I mean, for a film that I went into thinking maybe I'll try sprinkle a little bit of just sort of like not amazing Christmas films in, I somehow surprised myself. I enjoyed it more than I thought. The ending definitely made it. I do think that Kelly, Steve's wife, was a bit too harsh on him. I understand the elements of the family friction between each family, but Buddy was just not being a good person. He was being a prick, and Kelly just wasn't seeing that. That was a bit annoying. His daughter was, growing up, blah blah blah, that same common bloody trope. But I understand that they both needed to come out of their shells in different ways with Buddy and Steve, and just sort of correct life, correct how things going. One of the weirdest scenes is when they were trying to be friends and they were sort of catcalling and whistling and saying "Who's your daddy?" to some good-looking chicas on stage, only for it to turn around and be their daughters, and that was quite hilarious. Although it weird, but it was quite hilarious. And then they just went to the church and were like dousing their eyes with the holy water. I found that quite hilarious. And like, I fully understand where Buddy's coming from with just, you know, he's like in his 40s, early 50s, and he just wants to have been doing more than his life than just a car salesman and things like that. You know, he tries to essentially have his house be seen from space, which is a very odd thing. And he just goes OTC over the top with it and just gets absolutely crazy, steals power, tries to do nice gestures a lot of the time, but a nice gesture of giving someone a Christmas tree and a new car seems amazing until you find out he cut down the city Christmas tree and sold him a car that has to be paid, but just didn't take as much commission. Like, he's not a nice person, and that's frustrating to see in some regards. He tries to be nice, but doesn't do things the correct way. I think that's part of the frustration of the film. I think it all looked relatively well, apart from the incident with the sleigh and the reindeer. That CGI looked a bit too dated and things. And then there was a scene where like everyone just held their phone up at the end, and it was all like flip phones for like torches, but none of the torches were bright at all, and it was just a bit like, oh lord. But no, I mean, like, for a film that's an hour 33, it's a nice, easily family holiday film to watch. I liked seeing the American town, city come together, all decorating Christmassy, everyone just getting in the Christmas spirit, snow everywhere, then especially at the end, everyone just getting interested in like a family's lights on the Christmas tree because they look so spectacular and amazing. Like, that's something here in the UK I severely wish we had more of. But it is what it is. You know, one day I might spend... one of my bucket lists is to spend Christmas in the US and have a nice white Christmas and things, but hopefully one day that happens. But I think this falls in line with the films like Christmas with the Cranks, that sort of thing. Like, I know there's Four Christmases is another film I think I haven't seen in many, many years. And then I think there was one more, but I can't remember what it was called. I mean, probably does fall in the same vein as Jingle All the Way, but I personally like Jingle All the Way loads. I just love it. It's one of my favourite Christmas films. It was my favourite Christmas film till I saw Klaus. But I think this film, Deck the Halls, is a very simple, easy film to watch. Turn your brain off, just get in the Christmas spirit, have a laugh, don't have a laugh. The ending is just nice and sweet and warm, and warming anyway, so despite what you like of the film prior to that, you should enjoy the ending. Kristen Chenoweth had a nice singing part at the end, which was cool. I always find that, what's her face? Kristen Davis, who was in Sex and the City and things, she's such like an odd, quirky thing. Like, I think she would have fit in Gilmore Girls horrendously well, and I don't even know where I've seen her in much of other than Sex and the City, weirdly. Like, I think she was the mum in Shaggy Dog, from having a look. Like, I don't think I've seen her in much, to be fair. She seems she was in The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I don't even know who she was in that. But, yeah, she's a quirky character, and I like seeing her on screen. It's nice to watch her in something else. She pretty much just plays a character from Sex and the City, so I don't know if that's kind of just part and parcel of her as a whole. I don't really know. I certainly think the film could have been better. There could have been a few more laughs, but I certainly think it's a fine Christmas film. I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. It had some good elements in it, and I think it got shit on far too much, but from reading about how the cast felt, it's probably hard to make a really good Christmas film when pretty much no one likes anyone and no one is having fun. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this day 20 of the 25 Days of Christmas specials. Let me know if you've watched this film. Let me know what you thought. Drop a comment below. I always love to see the comments. And then tune in for tomorrow for a Bactristic Christmas film. Take care now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Toodle pip now. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.